Hey guys, my name is Maria. We are continuing on my garden journey through my series on my garden. We are going to be looking at how many potatoes I got from planting, which I honestly had no idea what I'm doing. Still trying to figure it out. We are also going to see how I'm preparing my garden for the fall as well as the winter. So if you guys want to stick around to see what I'm doing, I'll be here. So these are my potatoes. The top are sweet potatoes. Possibly. And down here are a bunch of potatoes. Now when I first put this together, I had no idea what I was doing. Still honestly kind of don't. But I ended up putting the potatoes at the bottom, the potato seeds at the bottom, because I figured I could use this to just grow all the potatoes and there would be a bunch of them. Now I was using that method of, I'll have a picture here for you, but you have a bunch of like a hay bale with something like that. Just a bunch of dirt inside. You put a bunch of potatoes in it with a securement device around it. And I was kind of hoping to do that with this. However, with the sweet potatoes, I didn't realize that they used the sweet potato slips. And I just used the sweet potatoes I just threw in here. And I think that's where some of these things come in. Now I figured that we could see how many, if any, of each potato is in here. So let's look at how many potatoes I actually have. So the first thing I did was dump all of these into the wheelbarrow so I would have plenty of room to go from the bottom instead of having to pull out all the dirt. This way all the dirt could stay in here and I could reuse it for later garden beds. I was so excited because I thought that I was getting some sweet potatoes in here, but these were very small sweet potatoes, very thin sweet potatoes, and then I found some potatoes, regular ones. But I wanted to show you this because I don't know what this is, if it's like the starting of a sweet potato or what, but it was not good enough. Well, potatoes. I was kind of hoping for something bigger. We wanted to encourage our daughter to look for sweet potatoes or just regular potatoes because we wanted to get her invested in the dirt. She was not having it outside. So she started pulling at this and we were so happy because she was just having such a fun time, but we had to help her out. But oh my gosh, you guys, having a toddler out looking for vegetables is the cutest thing. She started finding little tiny ones and she was just having fun. We didn't know how many potatoes were actually in here because we thought that we got a lot of them. So I started going into the basket to take out some of the potatoes and burying them in the dirt so she would find some more. It was the funniest thing.
Good job.
This is what I got from the garden. A lot of little potatoes. I was very encouraged because I did not expect any of this stuff. So I think that sweet potato right here was one that I had already planted, which is fine. But I got a really good haul. My daughter was so cute when she was trying to take some of these out. And just like I said, I had to keep on like taking them out of that the basket and putting them in the wheelbarrow because I want my daughter to keep on getting some stuff and just enjoy it and create a farmer girl. So we'll see how well that goes. But some of these I'm going to hopefully roast up because my daughter's birthday is next month and I'm hoping that I could use some of these in some potato soup that I'm going to be making. And others I'm going to be having some roasted potatoes along with some sausage or, no, they're brats, anyway, however you pronounce them, as well as some onions and some sweet peppers and see how that turns out because I really want to make sure I use these. I can't use any of these for like seed potatoes for next year, but I will be doing some potatoes next year as well. The next thing I wanted to do was start preparing my garden for the cold weather plants. So what I had to do was remove all of these old dead flowers as well as weeds. I honestly didn't know what in here was a weed and what wasn't because I just spread a bunch of seeds and God only knows what came up. But I wanted to get rid of these and make sure I had room so I could put my carrots as well as other things. Another thing I was doing was taking some of the plants that I was cutting off and burying it in the soil around there. That way it could decompose and make the soil even better for the fall plants or the winter cold plants. Alright, you guys. So, I accidentally cut this. I think it's a massive marigold plant. I had no idea. I thought I was cutting something else because it was coming off of other stuff that looked like that. Oh well, I'll just use it and wait for it to go. I'll plant these. My daughter and I went out and started planting carrot seeds as well as pea seeds, just so we could get everything planted, so that way we would have everything growing as soon as possible. Give ourselves a very long time to actually be able to plant everything before the first frost. Plus, it was so funny watching my daughter try to plant everything because she was just sprinkling it everywhere. She had no idea what she was doing.
Have a row right here. Have a row right here. A row right here. Here. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle.
So the last thing I'm doing in my garden is planting some onions. So I did really well with the onions that I did this time. I had some small ones, I had some big ones. So I decided that I want to plant some onions for the fall and see if they will just overwinter in the garden, because a lot of YouTubers that deal with gardening have done that, so that's a really good thing to do. And I'm also going to be this week, I think, maybe even next week, going to the feed store and getting some onion seeds. I don't know exactly how they have them. I think that they have them already grown. I don't know. But plant some of those so that way I can have onions either in the winter or in the spring. Either way, it's totally going to work. I just have to prepare the garden. It's going to be ripping out a lot of plants, and if you want to continue watching, you will see me do that. Hopefully I can do that with my daughter. We'll see. But you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you want to just continue to hang out as I do stuff in the garden and work it, get the fence ready, all that stuff, just consider hitting subscribing. I will be around and I'm gonna just have fun doing this. So I hope that you guys do too. And if you are as new at gardening as I am, you have a buddy, because I'm really not an expert gardener. So you guys hang out and we'll enjoy ourselves. All right, bye.